Sort of crazy that this tablet is already 4 years old. It's been replaced by the Galaxy Tab A9, which is a slight upgrade. But is the A7 Lite still worth it in 2025? Well, let's talk about it. I still think the biggest attraction to this tablet is definitely the price. You can get it as low as $129 or even maybe less. Downside is it only starts with 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. I kind of wish I had the 4 gigabytes of RAM version with 64 gigabytes of storage, but at least you can use a micro SD card to expand the storage as well. I feel like the screen quality on here is still decent. It's got an 8.7 inch display with 1340 by 800 resolution. The brightness is okay for viewing things indoors. I do wish that it was 1080p resolution, but still not bad considering the price. I actually think the size of this tablet, it's also just about the right size. Pretty easy to use with one hand. Keep in mind this is Widevine L3, so it's only going to be SD quality on Netflix, but you can watch upscaled 1080p resolution for YouTube videos. If you watch my comparison to the Tab A9, the screens are actually pretty close. The A9 is slightly better. As far as the battery life goes, I ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, and this lasted right around 6 hours, so about average compared to others I've tested. Obviously you can get quite a bit longer once you turn the screen brightness down, so pretty similar to the Galaxy Tab A9. As far as software goes, this is still going to look pretty similar to other Samsung tablets that have came out recently. It's got the newer style of notification shade. It's got the taskbar down at the bottom, so you can switch between apps a little easier. You have Google Discovered Newsfeed or Samsung News left of the home screen. You don't get Samsung DeX on this one, but you can still use split screen or floating windows. You can even use a keyboard on this as well. Just keep in mind, this isn't going to be the fastest when it comes to performance. Probably one of the biggest downsides to the software is it's currently on Android 14 with One UI 6.1. As far as I know, that's probably the last major update for this tablet. It's probably got another year of security updates, but definitely one of the drawbacks to getting this in 2025. Keep in mind, you'll still get app updates, but 4 years actually seems pretty good considering the price of this tablet. But the amount of software updates on this is actually better than the new OnePlus Pad 3, and that's a pretty expensive tablet. Performance-wise, kind of what you would expect for an entry-level tablet. It's got the MediaTek Helio P22 processor. Again, I only have the 3 gigabytes of RAM version, so the 4 gigabyte version is definitely going to be a little bit better. I know it won't let me download Geekbench 6, so that could limit which apps that you can use on here, but it's probably powerful enough to do most basic things. You can also do some light gaming on here as well, of course at lower frame rates and graphic settings. I know it still plays PUBG Mobile and Asphalt Legends Unite smoother than you would expect, and this is definitely one of the best sizes for gaming on a tablet in my opinion. Nice thing is it has a headphone jack, which you don't really see that often anymore. The speakers on here are surprisingly louder than you would think considering the size, especially once you turn on Dolby Atmos. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Now when it comes to cameras on here, kind of what you would expect for an entry-level tablet. It's got an 8 megapixel rear facing, 2 megapixel on the front, up to 1080p resolution for video recording, but it definitely struggles in low light, as you'll see in some of these samples. If you need something for Zoom meetings or other video conference calls, I'd probably just use your cell phone, but here's a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. So hopefully this video gave you a few things to think about on whether the A7 Lite is still worth it in 2025. I think two of the biggest things to hesitate on this would be it's towards the end of the software updates and the performance can be a bit sluggish at times. I think the Galaxy Tab A9 would probably make more sense over this one, but keep in mind Samsung has been releasing a small tablet every 2 years, so I would expect the new Tab A10 to be out later this year, so I would definitely wait and see with that one. Of course, you could also go up to the next level to the Legion Tab Gen 3 or iPad Mini 6 if you want better performance and better screen quality. I think I would be okay if Samsung just did an FE series tablet at this size, but who knows, maybe they will someday. If you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on as usual, so keep an eye out for those upcoming videos.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.